Okay, go ahead. That was pretty good.
The notice requirements provided for in the Open Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice that this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press, the Star Ledger, the Independent, and the River Times, and by posting at Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing on January 11, 2013. Committeeman Fiore? Committeeman Zell?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Murray?
Here.
Committeeman Severino?
Here.
Mayor Sharkey?
Here.
All provide for the pledge of
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That was the most unison I think I've ever heard the pledge say. Come back June 3rd, and that's okay. Sorry, Melissa.
Our first item on the agenda tonight, we will skip to item B. It will be a life-saving award presented to Dr. Joseph Rada. If he could please come forward, along with the Chief Oaks.
I'm going to let the chief give all of the details. But this is one of those stories, because this is one of those stories, you know, they from Europe, they, you know, have his press people get these kind of things. This really happened. Just a tremendous story that actually saving somebody's life from a burning car. I mean, it was at all the Hollywood drama you can imagine, but it's just one of those things where I think your instincts take over. You don't think about yourself and you think picture of what can happen and just see somebody's in trouble and react. We're very thankful that you did, and the outcome was good for us. And with that, Chief, go into the details.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't think everybody would do what Dr. Rada did. But what he saw was going up the highway, he witnessed, I guess he saw the accident, he saw the car was about to catch on fire. He not only went to the aid of the person in the car, but he jumped the barrier to do it, which was probably 10 times dangerous than pulling somebody out of the car. Because you know yourself, people aren't looking for anybody jumping over that barrier going the other way. So for Dr. Rada to do that was really something out of the ordinary. Sergeant Dykeman brought this to my attention. I was on vacation with that. But, he ran up to the vehicle, opened the door, and pulled the guy out to safety, and the car wound up totally engulfed. So without his quick thinking and quick action, he might have had a fatality there, had the police not been on the scene prior to Dr. Rada's quick action. So with that, we really want to thank him. We really want to provide him with some type of recognition that, he's befitting a citizen and taking action.
And with that, I'll read the certificate. Is awarded to Joseph Rada, Dr. Joseph Rada, by the Middletown Township Committee in recognition of your heroic rescue of the driver from the burning vehicle on April 11, 2013. Your decision to move the driver to a safe location before police arrived saved the driver's life. Your brave, selfless response to this emergency makes you a fitting recipient of the Middletown Township Life-Saving Award. Signed this 18th day of May 2013, Mayor Jerry Schaffner. Thank you very much.
Just like I said, I want to thank Dr. Rada is a Middletown High School South graduate, so it's a hometown kid becomes a hero.
Next on the agenda, we have promotion of 3 police officers, and Chief Oakes will make a presentation. Lieutenant Mike Kenny, would you please come forward?
I, Michael Kenny,
I, Michael Kenny,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the government
established
established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority
under the authority
of the people,
of the people,
and I do swear
and I do swear
to faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all duties
of the office of lieutenant,
of the office of lieutenant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I'd ask Sergeant Patricia Colangelo to come forward.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people, and I do swear to faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of sergeant according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Real quick, let me just get
was the first female sergeant.
And I can invite Cliff O'Hara to come forward to be sworn in.
I, Cliff O'Hara,
I, Cliff O'Hara,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established
established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority
authority
of the people.
of the people,
And I do swear
and I do swear
to faithfully,
to faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of sergeant
of the office of sergeant
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Well, I'd like to just say a few words about each one of these officers. Everybody thinks promotions are deserved. Promotions in this agency are earned, and they are so richly earned by these three candidates here. I was listening to the oath of office when Mike Kenny was taking it, and I was thinking about him. He has served 8 years in the Navy. I think he's taken an oath more than one time when he came here in the United States Navy. But, we've been very fortunate to get Mike. He served as a Master at Arms at NAD Earl. And he's got a military background, obviously, a law enforcement background. He came here, he served in our patrol bureau, and then was in our detective bureau, right up until the time he got promoted to sergeant a couple of years ago. And so he's in the patrol bureau, and now he's going to be one of our shift commanders. As far as Officer Colangelo goes, Patricia has been here since 1995, and she has always been a solid performer. So we're going to expect nothing less out of her. Patty served in our patrol bureau, and she was in our detective bureau for the longest time, working as a juvenile officer, working hand in hand with our school system, along with Detective Godley, and Division of Youth and Family Service in the prosecutor's office. And she was sorely missed down here, too. I mean, we've been very lucky with our detective bureau selections. And each one of these officers, believe it or not, has been a field training officer, which speaks tons about our training program here, our internal training program. She went back to patrol a few years ago, and now she's gotten promoted to sergeant, and we're going to expect nothing less out of her now that she's sergeant. Cliff O'Hara, another solid performer, hired in 1995, I believe the same day as Pat. And Cliff served in our patrol bureau, and subsequently was transferred to our traffic bureau, and he's a member of our serious accident collision reconstruction team, and he also serves on the county team also. But Cliff is one of these people that we use in other investigations, like financial crimes. He'll go over to the detective bureau because he's got an accounting background. Like his father says, I don't know where he got it from. I can't get 2 + 2, but all my kids know how to work that calculator. He knows how to work that calculator, I can tell you. And now that he's promoted also, it's a promotion well earned. And I want to congratulate each and every one of them. I'm glad to see everybody came. Financial plan takes over.
For the Nuts on Girls Scout Troop 1701, that has been postponed until the next meeting. Next item on the agenda, there will be a proclamation proclaiming May 2013 as Older Americans Month. Accepting will be Recreation Director Janet Gillette and Senior Center Supervisor Patrice Nugent, along with Senior Rose Marie Hackle and Mary Fingerly.
I'm sorry. Back to my office. I should have
This is all I did. Something we do every year, and we recognize Older Americans Month. Very appropriate here in town. We have a tremendous program for the seniors. Patrice and Janet did a great job over the senior center, facility programs. And I know, because I go to a lot of they're always a lot of fun, and when I walk into a room with people my age, or on long faces, or complaining about work or something, you walk into the senior center, everybody's smiling, laughing, having a good time. So it's certainly a big deal. With that, here's the proclamation. Whereas Middletown Township is committed to valuing all individuals and recognizing their ongoing life achievements. And whereas older adults in Middletown Township play an important role in continuing to contribute experience, knowledge, wisdom, and accomplishments. And whereas our older adults are active community members involved in volunteering, mentorship, arts and culture, and civic engagement. And whereas seeking to provide opportunities to allow older citizens to continue to flourish by emphasizing the importance of elders and their leadership, by presenting opportunities for older relatives to share their wisdom, experience, and skills, and recognizing older adults as a valuable asset to strengthening our communities. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Jerry Schaffberger, and the Middletown Township Committee do hereby proclaim May 2013 to be Older Americans Month for Middletown Township. We urge every citizen to take this time to recognize older adults and the people who serve and support them as powerful and vital citizens who greatly contribute to their community. Thank you, folks. This is Patricia New, who is the director of the Senior Center.
Each year during Older Americans Month, we specifically honor two of our many wonderful volunteers who have gone above and beyond in their service to the center and the community and their fellow members. And this year we're honoring Rosemary Keiko. She's a longtime member of the center, and for about the past 7 years, she has been our liaison and serves on the advisory council for the Leonardo County Office on Aging. Making them aware of the needs of seniors. And this is Mary Finnerty. She's been a member of our center for over 30 years. And one of our greatest pleasures is having her as our pianist. She's been playing for 30 years, every month for our birthday parties, many other events, and can I tell them that this year you'll be turning 90. Unleashing the power of aging, but I think these ladies can bear full witness to that by what they do every day for us at the center. Congratulations, ladies. Turn that around.
By now, I guess most people have heard that Middletown's website was named the #1 website in the entire state. I think it's 466 municipalities were actually considered for the award. And it sort of came out of left field, and it was by the University of Poland Institute, which is a very prestigious arm of the university. And it's something we're very proud of here. We, I guess in 2005, when we first had the rumblings of retooling our website, and there were a lot of tremendous amount of work put into it, stakeholder meetings, and we got input from all various parts of the community. And put it all together, and I have to give a shout out to Tony Mercantante, who really was a straw that stirred the drink all along and kept us focused, and naturally Todd, who did such a great job of final product. And we really saw the benefits of it after Sandy, where we had tremendous communication, the alerts that came through the website. And to this day, I'll be in the bagel store or ShopRite, people come and say, you know what, those alerts during the storm were tremendous. Because you can get them even if you had no power in your house, if you had service on your smartphone or iPhone or whatever. You know, now I'm showing why I was appropriate for the older Americans. But it really is something we're very proud of, and I take my hat off to Todd and the whole staff of the department. You want to say anything?
No, I really, Cindy, I'll give a shout out to her. She's really instrumental in our redoing our website to a lot of users, and it saves tremendous feed for all our staff and our administrator and everybody in the Township community. So the public that we did, and I think it was a testament to a lot of people that basically gave us our input. Obviously, though, is that in the time of need, we really needed for the communications, it worked. And it really did. We saw the feedback from the public, and I just want to thank you guys for that.
Elks Youth Week, May 19th through 25th. I'd like to invite the exalted ruler, Nick Fugaro, from Middletown Elks 2179, District Vice President Mike Dickey, District Youth Activities Chairman Rick Zintani, and Lodge Youth Activities Chairman Brian Connors. And then we have Bayshore Middle School students, Kayla Kelly, Victoria Chipman, Melissa McMillan, Allison Halpin, and Nicolette Cooper. If you go from forward.
This is something that we do every year. It really is a lot of fun because it gives the kids a chance to sort of see what it feels like and what it looks like from that angle. It is completely different from the you're seeing up there as opposed to there. And we've had years when we had to really say, okay, now you have to go, you're going to have to go now. They really take to it, so it's a lot of fun and it's a good experience. And this is all part of what the Elks do on a regular basis. The Elks are one of the, if not the biggest organization supporting our youth and youth achievement. I go to the breakfast all the time where they do academics, athletics, every sort of accomplishment that you think of. And it's really important recognizing young people who do the right thing. You know, they hear it enough and they go off on the wrong road, but it's really good when they are doing the right thing that they know people notice it, appreciate it, and encourage them to do it more. With that, I want to read the proclamation for National Youth Week 2013. Whereas the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks designated the third week of May as Youth Week to honor America's junior citizens for their accomplishments and to give fitting recognition of their services to community, state, and nation. And whereas Middletown Elks Lodge number 2179 sponsors an observance week in tribute to junior citizens of the Township of Middletown. And whereas no event could be more deserving of our support and participation than one dedicated to these young people who represent the nation's greatest resource, and who in the years ahead will assume the responsibility of the advancement of our free society. And whereas our youth need guidance, inspiration, and encouragement, which we alone can give in order to help develop those qualities of character essential for future leadership. And whereas to achieve this worthy objective, we should demonstrate our partnership with youth, our understanding of their hopes and aspirations, and sincere willingness to help prepare them in every way for the responsibilities and opportunities of citizenship. And therefore, I, Mayor Jerry Schaffenberger of the Township of Middletown, and the Middletown Township Committee hereby proclaim May 19th through May 25th as Youth Week in Middletown Township, and urge all departments of government, civic, fraternal, and patriotic groups, and our citizens generally, to participate wholeheartedly in its observance. Thank you very much, Elks.
Then we also want to get a level shot of the ladies on the dais. So gentlemen, part of the way. Excellent. Take those mics down for me. So I can leave this if you're taking notes. There we go. Sorry.
Hold on.
There we go. Okay.
I don't know, with our children, young adults I should call them, what they do for us is they go play bingo with the veterans, they help with parties for our youth, and they especially help with the special needs children. They do a lot for the special needs children. I always said kids could be mean, but when my kids were little, they would help with the special children, and they're the ones that will help. I'm glad to think they will help them now, you know what I mean, they're growing. And I know a couple of our kids that helped us actually went to schools to help with special needs children. So it makes us proud at the Elks that we're trying to grow them up the right way instead of sitting home playing video games all the time. I guess there's nothing wrong with that, so get in here to beat me at it. And the support from the mayor and the committee has been nothing but great. They come to everything and they're really behind us and get the word out. So I want to thank them for that.
Thank you, Mike.
Next, we have a proclamation declaring May 2013 as Buddy Hockey Month and accepting on behalf of the VFW is Commander Charles Gallagher.
Charlie and I are old pals in the VFW. I can't say enough good about the VFW, what they do for our veterans, in keeping their memory alive, but also remembering that veterans returning here need support even as they return to civilian life. And this program is a fairly old one, with the history here is filed in the proclamation. But it really is amazing, and it's such a long-standing tradition. Everybody's seen them. I remember as a kid in Brooklyn seeing selling the poppies outside church. And, just a great tradition, and it's done a lot of great work, a lot of help for folks over the years. Buddy Poppy Month, May 2013. Whereas the annual distribution of Buddy Poppies by the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States has been officially recognized and endorsed by governmental leaders since 1922. And whereas Buddy Poppies are assembled by disabled veterans and the proceeds of this worthy fundraising campaign are used exclusively for the benefit of disabled and needy veterans and the widows and orphans of deceased veterans. And whereas the purpose of the sale of Buddy Poppies by the veterans of foreign wars is eloquently reflected in the desire to honor the dead by helping the living. The 2013 Buddy Poppy Drive is being held during the month of May. And whereas the Middletown VFW 2179 and its Ladies Auxiliary promote the sale of the Buddy Poppy through programs, hospital visits, and parties at the Menlo Park Veterans Facility. They distribute funds raised to individuals living there. And whereas we urge all patriotic citizens to wear a Buddy Poppy as a symbol of gratitude to the men and women of this country who have risked their lives in defense of the freedoms which we continue to enjoy as American citizens. And therefore, I, Mayor Jerry Schaffenberger, and the Middletown Township Committee, who hereby proclaim that May 2013 is Buddy Poppy Month in Middletown Township. We hereby urge the citizens of the community to recognize the merits of this cause by contributing generously to this invaluable program. Thank you very much, Charles.
Know that I'm a little remiss, this should have happened at the beginning of May instead of near the end. But if you see anyone out there selling the poppies out on the streets, by all means stop and purchase one, or make a donation. You don't purchase one, you just donate or do anything, and they'll give you a poppy. And all the proceeds go to veterans and or their families. And the disabled vets are the ones that make it.
Thank you, Charles.
Have a nice evening.
Next on our agenda, we have approval of minutes. I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes of March 4th, 2013 executive session, March 4th, 2013 workshop meeting, March 14th, 2013 executive session, March 18th, 2013 regular meeting, and April 1st, 2013 workshop.
So moved.
Second.
Committeeman Fiore. Committeeman
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Mary.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
And Mayor Schaffenberger.
Yes.
Next on our agenda, we have introduction of ordinances. Ordinance 2013-3088, and ordinance authorizing vacation of a portion of Platinum Drive. May I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2013-3088 to be held over for public hearing and final consideration at the June 3rd, 2013 Township Committee meeting?
Move for introduction.
Second.
Committeeman Fiore, Committeeman Mastel,
Yes.
Mayor Murray, Deputy Mayor Murray,
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino,
Yes.
and Mayor Schaffenberger.
Yes.
Next, we have ordinance 2013-3089, an ordinance authorizing amendments to Chapter 16 Planning and Development Regulations modifications and exceptions for non-conforming structures. May I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2013-3089 to be held over for public hearing,
Move for introduction.
final consideration on June 17th?
Move for introduction.
Second.
Committeeman Fiore, Committeeman Michelle,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Mary,
Yes.
Committeeman Sedamino,
Yes.
and Mayor Sharkey.
Yes.
Ordinance 2013-3090, an ordinance amending ordinance 2012-3068, transformer generator fees. May I have a motion to introduce this ordinance to be held over for public hearing and final consideration at the June 3rd Township Committee meeting?
Move for introduction?
Second.
Committeeman Fiore, Committeeman Michelle,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Mary,
Yes.
Committeeman Sedamino,
Yes.
Mayor Sharkey.
Yes.
Ordinance 2013-3091, a bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $2,678,500 for various capital improvements by and for the Township of Middletown and County of Monmouth, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $2,354,575 in bonds or notes of the Township for financing part of the appropriation. May I have a motion to introduce this ordinance to be held over for public hearing and final consideration on June 3rd?
Move to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Fiore, Committeeman Michelle.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Mary.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedamino,
Yes.
and Mayor Sharkey.
Yes.
Next, we have the consent agenda. May I have a motion to approve resolutions 13-142 through 13-149, which include bingo and raffle applications and volunteer fire department applications?
So moved.
Second.
Committeeman Fiore, Committeeman Michelle,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Mary,
Yes.
Committeeman Sedamino,
Yes.
and Mayor Sharkey.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt the consent agenda. Resolution 13-141, resolution authorizing the payment of bills for May 20th, 2013. May I have a motion to adopt the resolution for payment of bills in the amount of $26,124,664.66?
So moved.
Second.
Committeeman Fiore, Committeeman Michelle,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Mary,
Yes.
Committeeman Sedamino.
Read that amount again, please.
$26,124,664.66.
The list of bills?
Committeeman Sedamino,
Yes.
and Mayor Sharkey.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt resolution 13-141. Now we have Township Committee comments.
Okay. Mr. Michelle.
I'll be brief. I just want to keep our thoughts and prayers for all the folks in Oklahoma and all the first responders and all leaders, elected and non-elected, that they stay strong, and our prayers go to those families who lost loved ones. The other thing is, this past week I was at an event. Unfortunately, he's not here tonight. Committeeman Fiore was honored with the Northern Chamber of Commerce, the Crystal Beacon Award for Public Servant of the Year. And I just want to reiterate that he was really the perfect person for the award. And let me congratulate him, and just think he did a great job. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Sedamino.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a few things this evening to add to Committeeman Michelle's comments with regard to the Northern Monmouth Chamber of Commerce. As our own Committeeman Fiore was honored as Public Servant of the Year. We were all there, and we do appreciate all his hard work, certainly over the past 2 years moving forward. We've provided great leadership to the township in times of great need. A couple other items. With regard to the e-government award for the best municipal website, this past week I received a very unsolicited call from the council president in Eatontown, and he had called me with regard to a resident that was looking to buy a house in Middletown. And he continued on to comment. He said, they're definitely buying a house in Middletown. He said, I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that you guys won the best website in New Jersey. So that was satisfying to me. The last item, I certainly wish everyone a good holiday weekend. Please don't forget, obviously, all of the military that have served and have given their lives for us. That is what this weekend is here to honor. So with that, Mayor, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Deputy Mayor Murray.
Thank you, Mayor. I think my colleagues up here basically said everything that I would like to say. I'd like to also echo the sentiment about Committeeman Fiore. We're very proud of him, and there is no one more deserving as far as I'm concerned for that award. And I think the mayor's going to cover some of the events that I was at. But again, to echo what Committeeman Settembrino has said, have a wonderful weekend, have a safe weekend, and don't forget all of those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in order for us to have the freedom and the liberty that we have in this country today. Have a safe weekend.
Hey, thank you. Just a few things. This past Wednesday, I was invited to speak at an event that Allstate Insurance was putting on at the Art Center, and it was a team driver program. And I have to admit, and I did say this at the event, that when I first read about it, a bunch of insurance guys with some charts and pointers and a very dry event. It was anything but. They had members of the Second City comedy troupe do skits. So they put sort of a humorous spin on a very serious topic, and then it got very serious when they had the mother of the young lady who was killed and was responsible for Kylie's Law speak. And let me tell you, there wasn't a dry eye in the house, and it really drove home how serious it is, not only with driving under the influence, but that youthful sort of inexperience that is the cause of probably as many, if not more, accidents than actual substance. And it was really a great program, and it was a good turnout, and it really was a surprise, and I think well needed. Every young person out there, and I have a 16-year-old who's waiting his permit in front of me every day, should see this and really think about that's a 3,000-pound or 3-ton missile that they're driving. The other thing is, and Deputy Mayor Murray alluded to it, we were at an event called Jam for the Exam, and many of you may have heard about the young ladies from, is it Nutswamp? 1701. And they put together a video that encourages women to have breast exams, and it's really a well-done thing. It went viral, as they say, that's the word, right? Okay, with it. And just really very proud of them. What a great turnout. Tons of kids there, and Deputy Mayor and I each spoke and got to meet the young ladies. It was a great thing. And correct me if I'm wrong, your daughter is involved in that school, right?
No, but she did make me sign a promise.
Oh, okay, right. That's okay. Maybe you'll remember this month is okay. She made Deputy Mayor Murray sign the promise, which is a great thing. I will say a little bit about the Public Servant Award that Committeeman Fiore received the other night. It was a great event. The Lieutenant Governor was there accepting an award for the Governor. The Governor must, I think, drunk wagon is filled with the awards that he's gotten in the last few years. So it was a great event, and Tony Fiore, as they said, was well deserving and worthy of being recognized. And it really was a great night. I had the honor of introducing him, and it was as appropriate then as it was 6 months ago after his performance in Sandy. And finally, this past Sunday, I was invited to be the keynote speaker at the Gold Star Mother meeting. I think it's an annual event. They hold a meeting annually or biannually. And let me tell you, these women, I'm in awe of their strength and their dedication to their lost soldier sons or daughters' memory in the work that they do for returning vets and current vets. And just a great event. The Colonel Gagnon, I think his name was, he's the highest ranking officer in the New Jersey National Guard, was there and read a letter from the governor, and just a great event. And really, it's an inspiration to see the strength of these women to go on and with a smile, a sad smile, but still memory of their children, and we owe them the very least to help keep their memory alive and never let their sacrifice be forgotten or have gone for nothing. And with that, thank you very much.
Now we have public comments.
Okay, and before we open up to public comments, I just want to remind everybody to please keep your comments to 5 minutes. I will strictly enforce the 5-minute rule. There may be a lot of folks who want to speak, and we want to make sure that they all have a chance. And if you have questions beyond the 5-minute limit, we'd be happy to stay around afterwards. And that includes if you ask a question within that 5 minutes. Our answer is included in that. So with that, name and address when you come, and we're good to go. So any takers? Seeing no members of the public? Oh, Leo, I have a quick vote, pal.
Middletown, first will be last, that's why delay raising my hand. First question, when will the budget be voted on? Final voting?
There hasn't been a date set yet. There's not been a date set yet.
Okay. Second question, the amount of money in resolution 143 of $1,137,000 plus dollars and $1,090,000. Are those monies that were not introduced with the certified budget that was made public, discussed publicly here?
The resolution was?
The temporary.
Temporary emergency appropriation. Is that added money to the budget, or is it?
You want to answer?
Yeah, I mean, that's anticipated in, that's FEMA reimbursement issue.
That would be inclusive of, that would be inclusive of the overall budget amount. Because you have to operate, no, it's not in addition, it's part of that, the total budget amount.
This is just a continuing resolutions to have
Until the budget's formally
money to
adopted.
spend in lieu of not having a real budget.
Yeah, which we can't adopt because we can't, the state has to make some
Everything is
decisions.
within the total budget.
We have to wait for the state.
This is like a continuing resolution in the absence of having a final vote.
We budget, we have to, under state law, we have the budget for the year, we're budgeting for the year in which we're already in. Now the CFO has those.
I'm satisfied there's no money
Yeah.
And what does GIS stand for in 148?
Geographic Information Systems.
What's it? Graphic?
Geographic Information System.
And 149, I assume this qualified purchase and agent has been vetted, and there are other applicants for this job?
The qualified purchasing agent is already an employee who received an additional certification.
In-house promotion, or?
It's not even a promotion, it's just recognizing that that person has the certification.
And does this person have a salary including benefits?
Yes, it's a
Can you
long-time
reveal
employee.
the amount of it?
I don't know. It's in the salary ordinance.
I'd like to ask the commission and mayor to submit to the deputy clerk, Melissa, a copy in printed form of what I quoted of Milton Friedman of John Maynard Keynes, accept it?
Sure.
And can I read my own editorializing of this quote, which I made last week?
As long as it's 2 minutes or less.
Sure. Both of these economic authorities, Milton Friedman and John Maynard Keynes, based on this quote, agree in what the other stuff they wrote in the two books. They agree that the basis of the American economy has been and continues to be insidiously and perfidiously subverted. And I agree. Catastrophically so, and I agree. By corrupting the money supply, by undermining the laws of economic soundness, by inflating the currency, and by making this whole manipulative and destructive process so utterly and so subjectively abstruse that no one can steer them out.
Thank you, Leo. Would anybody else care to speak? Yes, ma'am?
Jonathan, Flood Family, I'm going to bring you, ladies and gentlemen, back to October 30th, October 31st, when you gentlemen were all down in Leonardo taking pictures of the devastation in our area. That day, I notified you of something that I saw earlier that morning in the water over the township easement on my property. To date, I've requested several times that somebody look into this and address it. It's a dangerous situation. We're all familiar with what it was because it happened before. You recall I stepped in a sinkhole and I was injured. Today, once again, there was somebody on my property that didn't belong there. I am trying to adapt to the nightmare you left me with, and I need to be able to walk on my property to fix it. When can I expect somebody to come out here and inspect it and find out what the hell's going on?
Ted, you want to take it?
I would love to go out here. I know we had our crews out there last week, right?
Ted, I gotta tell you
They
something.
patched some of the holes in.
I wanted to apply for jobs at Public Works. They plowed the sand off the street, they piled it on top of the storm drains. It filled the storm drains up, okay? Now, I know I'm not the only one. I know some of my neighbors have fall, okay? Some of my neighbors have even gone out and shoveled it off the drains. Then you did, that last nor'easter we had in March. I told you, I said it's gonna be bad. You promised me to have somebody down there, you did. You had them vacuum out the debris out of the storm drains. They're not pushing the sand far enough down. And instead of putting it in these big piles at the end of the street, where the rain and gravity is just pulling it right back down into the storm drains, you know what the beach looks like? It's hurricane season again next week. Can't we get the damn sand pushed on the beach to give us some sort of protection? They don't need it in piles where at the end of Group Avenue where the roadway is already 12 feet. We're now 5 feet there on that low spot. We need some sort of protection there.
We're actually working on with FEMA to try to get some permanent protection down there. I'm looking to meet with the FEMA rep. We've been in contact for the past few months, but we're looking to meet at the site maybe this week for permanent mitigation application.
Will you be able to discuss more specific details of that with me? Right now, my thought is, you remember I had a $30, $40 white orange PVC drain that worked sufficient for my property for many years, that the township had me put in, take out, put in, take out. Depending on where and what's going on with this whirlpool action I'm seeing, I want to put up my retaining wall, bring in my dirt, and stick that damn $30 pipe back in so I can take care of my own drainage.
You're welcome to do that. I believe you had an application in for a grading plan that had conditions, that once you met those conditions, you could do your grading on your site.
No comment on that.
You're free to submit another grading plan to my office.
I haven't.
Well, then you can't fill the site.
When can I expect you to come out to look into this?
I'll go out there, I can go out there probably tomorrow if you want. I'll meet you out there.
All right.
I'll call you and set up an appointment.
I'll be home all day.
Okay, I have a meeting in the morning, but I'll call you.
Thank you. Would anybody else care to speak? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Melanie Elmer. I live on Reed Terrace in Lincroft. I'm here tonight to express my reservations on the reappointment of Mr. Cordiano to the Library Board for Resolution 13-147. In my opinion, reappointment should be based on performance, and I've been to every single meeting that he's attended. I've even been to meetings that he's had with the a few members of the Library Board as I served as a branch rep before the branch closures. And according to what the state librarian feels are the jobs of a trustee, he not only has not met this criteria, I don't think he has any kind of understanding to be given such a long term in this switch for Mr. Fiore to take his seat and for him to take Mr. Converty's seat. That was, he had resigned. A few of my concerns are that he doesn't necessarily follow the process or understand the process. At one meeting in March, he suggested publicly that the library board and the township committee have a little private dinner meeting where they could just kind of talk about, everything about the library. And quickly, Mr. McCumber, the board attorney, stepped in and said, that's against the law, you cannot do that. And he said, why? So what? Why can't we just go to dinner and talk, air this all out, talk about this? And he said, we talk about library matters, it has to be public. So I think he needs some education in that area to make sure that he's following the law. He has Mr. McCumber as his guide, but sometimes he talks ahead of him, being able to correct him. The other thing is, my question to Dr. Scharfenberger, since he had appointed Mr. Cordiano, is I would like to know if, when you assign an appointee to take your place, would you expect that appointee to tell you, as being the representative for the township, would you expect them to tell you they're going to miss a meeting and that, to give you the heads up so that you can be there? Because you want to be one of the 9 members sitting on the board and have someone in your place. Do you expect that from your appointee? You would expect that?
Not necessarily, no. No.
Then how does the township know what's going on at that meeting? Like, what's the means of communication to get the information back?
The mayor's appointee is to represent the township committee, or that's my voice on there. It's not necessarily that one of us has to be there if he's not there, especially if there's a quorum. So business can go on. And I get a copy of the minutes of every library meeting, so I'm well aware of what happens there.
Okay.
So typically I have a conflict. Otherwise I would probably be there myself a lot of times.
So he's never notified you knowing that he's going to be missing a meeting, your appointee?
No, typically not, but he has to, from what I understand, his job, his profession, is one that there's not a lot of long-range notice on certain things where he's not able to make a meeting. And that's the nature, just so you know, it's the nature of volunteers. We ask people with professional backgrounds to come up here.
What I'd like to bring up is for the budget meeting, which was very, very important, very important. He knew a month in advance that he wasn't going to attend because he was going on a cruise. And I think the onus was on him to make you aware so that there could be the proper number of votes, the proper representation. And I think overall, the library board does have difficulty sometimes with a quorum, and even with the 9 members, especially with the summer months coming, as attendance drops, it's an issue. I feel that maybe he should get some more education for to have such a long term like that. And this isn't even getting into just being an advocate of the library, which I don't believe he is. I've seen him and I've heard him speak on so many occasions. It's heart-wrenching to me that you appointed someone that really doesn't believe in the library. He doesn't believe in books. He believes in e-readers. He said it to me. He said, my daughter has e-readers. She doesn't need books. We just come to the library, once in a while, but, this is like a thing of the past. What library advocate that sits on the board talks like that? It's just very disheartening for the people that come to the meetings and really love their library, the librarians as well that sit there, to hear him talk talk in a way that it's not someone that's going to go out and advocate for the library. The library is in crisis. They need somebody who's a strong person that's going to come out and say, support your library. They need your help. They need people to come out and make sure that there's a lot of attention given to the library and that it's supported financially outside of the budget. And he's not one to do it. And I think that's a criteria. So I would like to give you just the criteria and have you really think about and make sure that he's held to this.
Okay.
Because you know
Melanie, I don't think that it's fair to be judging someone and speaking about someone that isn't here. Melanie, let me speak now, okay? I know Mr. Cordiano, as many of us do, and from what I've understood of his position, and I think you're misinterpreting it, he's been someone who's very forward-thinking and thinking that the library should evolve with the times and push forward for more electronic things and subscriptions and books as well. So to stand here and say that about this person who is an upstanding member of the community, who's a business owner, who has over 40, I think it's 50 employees. Melanie, let me finish. Melanie, every resident in this town has a right to their opinion, and he has a financial background, and he understands how to operate businesses and large entities. So it's not fair. It's not fair to say that, you know.
We're past the 5 minutes, so we're gonna have to move on.
Stay after it, we'll talk.
Thank you.
Can't say you try to talk to you.
But I will add that I've never had any notice that there's ever been a problem with quorum at the library. And again, I'm not going to get into making judgments about somebody without hearing, maybe from them. I know Mr. Cordiano is a very sound, conservative fiscal outlook on running the library and his place in the town here. We've spoken about this on a number of occasions, and I'm very satisfied that he understands the austerity that this town is under for every department, not just the library. So we'll let it go with that. Is there anybody else who would care to speak? Seeing no further members of the public come forward, move to close the public portion and move for adjournment.
Second.
Committeeman South?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
Committeeman Secretary?
Yes.
Mayor Shelton?
Yes.